Let me be real with you guys here for a second. I've tried every single diet that you can possibly imagine to try to lose weight. I was always a fat kid. I hated myself. I hated my image. I hated the way that I looked in the mirror, the way that I looked with clothes, the way that I didn't feel confident about myself. So I tried every single diet that you can imagine. I tried keto, low carb, counting calories if it fits your macros, counting our macros, every training style, bodybuilding, powerlifting, hybrid training, fighting. And I always felt, man, I always consumed a lot of like fitness content. And somehow I always thought that I was just missing that video. I was missing this like one video that was going to give me like the perfect model and I would lose weight and I would get more attractive and I would finally feel like I'm worthy and deserving of love. And I never found that video, right? I never found that video. And that cycle kept repeating itself for a good 5 years ever since I started training until about like, I don't know, beginning of 2025. I got to 230 pounds at 5'9". If you watch the content of the channel, you saw the photos and thumbnails and everything. My before photo, and I got to the heaviest, fattest, most disgusting I've ever felt with myself point of my life, and that's when I got dumped. That's when I got dumped. I had a terrible, terrible heartbreak, completely crushed me, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw away every every single speck of rationalization of common sense that I have, and I'm just going to do the most extreme thing that I can possibly imagine to do for a long term so I can lose this weight. And that was fasting. That was one meal a day. I know it's not anything crazy. I didn't develop any eating disorders or anything, but thank God. But I decided to do fasting. I've always was attracted to kind of like fasting, and I've tried fasting before, and I did like 24-hour fast before, and I used to do like the 16 hour intermittent fasting like people usually do, skipping breakfast and whatnot. But at that point, I was like, you know what, fuck it, and I'm just going to stick with this. And I'm going to stop thinking about it because I think a lot of the reasons why I failed so much is because I was so damn afraid of doing the wrong thing. I was so damn afraid of not being like following the perfect method, of not following the thing that was going to work, not following the best protocol to whatever, and to, oh, you need to get this many grams of protein and you need to get this many grams of whatever, and you have to cut on the carbs and everything. So I was like, you know what, fuck this shit. I am going to do whatever I want to, and I'm going to do the way that I want to do it, and I'm going to lose weight doing it. And I'm going to stop second guessing. I'm going to stop thinking that, oh, I've seen the discussion online recently of I saw this podcast of this guy talking about fasting and like health, and then I saw this thread on Reddit of people discussing this and this whole thing of calories in, calories out, and it's like, oh, is calories all that matters? Is it just simply a matter of consuming less calories than what you expend? And I saw this guy saying, it's like, no, calories don't matter, because if you eat the same amount of calories but you only eat like, if you eat like heavy like processed carbs, and you eat sugars, and you don't eat, you know it's all about that. It's all about eating the lower carbs and animal based and whatnot. And I saw that thing and I was like, though, I know this guy's wrong because I did the complete opposite of what this motherfucker's telling us. And I lost like more than 20 pounds ever since the last year, close to 30 now, actually. And I did my own thing. I was like, I lost those all that this weight eating exactly whatever the fuck I wanted, going out to drink on the weekends. Every day I would eat pasta and pizza, and I still do that because those are foods that I like eating, and I make them at home, and I like it, and it's delicious, and it makes me full, and it's a big meal, and I love eating, and I can just do it, man. And I still lost weight, so it is as simple as calories in, calories out. Everything else that people say is like, oh, it's not that simple. How different people, they consume in different ways, and and they absorb things on different ways. It's like, yeah, that's a bunch of fucking excuses that people usually use because they're trying to find excuses. And I did this shit for years. It was always something else. It was always a detail. That's why I was always searching for the right video. It was always some detail. Oh, I just haven't found the correct detail and the correct method and the thing that will work for me. And it's like I start doing it, and I think it's not working because I have no idea what's that supposed to be. If you were fat your whole life, you don't know what it feels like to lose the weight and get lean. So it's like I'm learning, I'm figuring this shit out as I go. And I was like, I don't know if it's going to work or if I'm doing it right. And at some point I was just like, you know what, man, I'm so tired of thinking about this shit. Fuck it. It makes sense to me that if I eat one meal a day, I'm going to lose weight. So I'm going to do exactly that. And that worked. That finally worked. After years and years and years of fucking failing, I was finally able to lose weight. And like, still losing. I'm still far from my physique's not great. I can get leaving like close to competing with the fitness influencers of the internet that are trying to sell you like courses and everything. I do have a community, but it's like I'm not gonna try to convince you to get into it. I do have a community about fasting, but the casually lean club. But it's something that I'm learning along the way. Like I am sure way farther, and I made a lot of mistakes over the past year, but I'm still on the journey, right? I'm still struggling with a lot of things. I'm still um, don't think I'm even close to where I should be, right? Maybe like I'm thinking, 20, 15, 20 more pounds. I get to like 180, 185 at like 5'9". That'd be good. That'd be cool. This is the year's goal, right? So it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter exactly what you do. I do recommend fasting for a plethora of reasons, for a variety of reasons. I think fasting is the superior diet model that you can have as a man, as a young guy in your 20s, because it allows you not only to lose weight, but to also, lower your hunger levels, control your hormones, reset a bit of your stomach and your liver. Like we're not supposed to be digesting shit all the time. That's not how we evolved to eat. If you believe in evolution or if you believe we're created like this, I don't fucking care. It's like it doesn't matter. Like, we were not created to be eating all the damn time and to be digesting food all the damn fucking time. Like every great figure in history that you admire was probably hungry, horny, or bored most of the fucking time. Probably the three of them at the same time. People wouldn't have easy access to food for most of fucking history. So being hungry was kind of like the norm for most time. And whenever you found something to eat, you get happy and you eat it. And then you go on with your day and you have a beer with the boys at the tavern after the full day of work in the fields. There's this fantasy of getting in shape without any sort of sacrifice. And it's like, listen, man, you are not just trying to lose body fat. You're trying to completely rewire the person that you were before, rewire your habits, rewire your identity. You're trying to completely change the person that you were before because you cannot keep being the same person and expect different results. Like you can't stay being a fat version of yourself and expect to lose weight. So there's this fantasy that you're going to get in shape without any sort of sacrifice. And let me tell you, man, it's going to fucking suck. Like being hungry sucks. Losing weight sucks. You get more cold, you get more hungry. Some days you're gonna feel like you could eat a fucking brick. Some days you're gonna feel like you have a little bit of a lower energy. Some days you're gonna be fucking annoyed at everything that happens to you because that's your body. Like that's your body fighting to keep the status quo, to keep the same level of energy storages that you had before, which is fat. So right now is a great way to talk about those kinds of things because we're 7 weeks away for the summer. And whenever they talk about summer, whenever people notice the summer's coming, they start getting a little bit desperate to lose as much weight and to get as lean as possible, as fast as possible. I think fasting is a great boost for now because it creates a big deficit and it still allows you to enjoy your life. That's the big thing for me, man. I can still go out on the weekend and get drunk and have a fast food with friends on the weekend and party and all that stuff, and I'm still losing weight. And I've been doing it consistently for the past year, right? So keep working out normally as well. That's a very important thing. Don't stop working out because you're fasting. Some people make that mistake. So I don't know, man. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna try to convince you to fast. I'm not gonna try to convince you to adopt this diet model. All that I'm going to say is that if you tried everything before and nothing ever worked, maybe you should give this a shot. Maybe you should give this a try. Don't have to do every single day. You can do, I don't know, 2 3 times a week. You start with that. Um, just eat one meal a day. Pick your favorite meal. Eat your favorite foods. That's a tip that I have to make it a lot easier. I wouldn't have survived the year if I was eating fucking broccoli and chicken breast for a year. It worked because I was eating foods that I liked, foods that were tasty and full of flavor, and I was doing it consistently and healthier and as healthy as I possibly could. So gotta keep your favorite meal. Cut the meals that you don't. Everyone has a meal that they don't really like, man. Like lunch is usually inconvenient for most people. Most people don't really give a fuck about lunch, right? It's usually little food because if you eat too much, you're gonna crash and get all sleepy at work. You have to fucking carry it with you if you have to commute to work. Lunch is usually a bit inconvenient. Breakfast sometimes inconvenient to people. You have to wake up, cook something. You're kind of sleepy. You didn't sleep much because everyone has to wake up every so fucking early to get to work. So just skip the meals that you don't like, and don't snack in between. And then you have a big fulfilling meal of something that you actually enjoy eating, and you just keep doing that over and over and over again, and you keep weighting yourself. And by the weight on the scale, you're gonna find out if you're doing something right or something wrong. Like, you're not keep working out, you're not gonna lose all your muscle. You're not a fragile snowflake that you think you are. I made this video the other day. A guy commented, is like, "Oh, great way to destroy your body." And I was like, all right, little snowflake, don't worry about it. It's not that deep. You were made for more. You were made for more greatness than you're currently achieving. We got to throw away a bit of the science based common sense that people fucking keep spouting on the internet. Like, you don't need to track your sleep. You don't need to inject to put more fucking H2 in your water, or you don't have to fucking put more, all those things in your water, and you don't have to track your sleep, and you don't have to buy a red light lamp. You know what I mean? You don't have to do all that shit, man. You were made for a lot more than that. That's just small shit. It's like obsessing over the one thing that you're guaranteed that you're going to lose, which is your health. Like, if you have one guarantee in your life, is that you will lose your health. It will slowly deteriorate until you're dead. That's the only thing you're going to lose. It's like obsessing over the only thing you're guaranteed to lose, while ignoring this whole portion here, which is the developing your mind, developing your intellect, reading the great classics, getting involved and becoming more ingrained with the culture, uncovering more of your roots. You know what I mean? Bloodline maxing, that I say it in another video. Bloodline maxing, just understanding your roots and the culture you're inserted in, and where your family came from, and all the great things that come from that. Like, you get some of the old classics, right? The Beowulf, Song of Roland, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Is like, those guys, man. That's what you were fucking made for. You were made to do a last stand, to allow your liege's army to retreat, so you don't lose the war. That's what you were made for, to make a last stand with an army that's like 30 times your army size, and fucking survive. Like, you were not made to be tracking your sleep with a fucking ring. So we got to throw away the common sense, throw away this desire to do the right thing, to do the ideal thing, to do the correct method, and just start following a bit of our intuition. It's like, man, it's like, oh yeah, fucking course. If you stop eating, you lose the fucking weight. It's not that complicated, but people create this whole methods and whatnot just to try to make this, to mask the fact that this whole thing is going to suck, and that's why most people not going to do it. All right, so that's my message for today's video, man. If you tried everything but you still didn't have the results that you wanted, I suggest you give this a shot and let me know what you think. Cheers.